Hey everybody! Wave too long and it becomes a bit awkward, doesn't it? Anyway, just thought I'd say hello. I haven't done a vlog for about a week or so now, so I just thought I'd update people on what's going down. First things first. I know my hair looks a bit messy. It looks a bit silly. Someone asked me a couple of weeks ago about what the hell I'm doing with my hair. Well, at the moment it's growing really long. Well, a lot longer than I've had it for a long time. Let me just take this off. The reason behind this haircut in particular is purely because I didn't want to have my head shaved over Christmas, like all off. Because if you've never ever had your head shaved, you know that you automatically start feeling a lot colder because your head is colder just by general. Even if it was in the middle of summer, you'd still feel the cold more than you would if you had hair on your head, because that's what hair is for, to keep you warm. But I didn't want to go full on just hair, because my hair's, as you can see, it doesn't really perform very well. It's quite curly. I mean, it's a lot less curly than it used to be, because it used to be really curly, but now it's been straightened by the fact that I had long hair a couple of years ago, and so I'll put this back on now. So it's straightened up quite a lot, and it's become a lot less unmanageable, or a lot more unmanageable. That would probably be the better way to say it. Anyway, so what I've done is I've kind of taken a little haircut from a character from a film called Lord Vaco. He's in the Chronicles of Riddick. You may have seen him. It's played by Carl Urban. His hair is a lot longer than mine, but only in this kind of section. This kind of section here, like an extended mohawk, or a wide mohawk, as it might be called. My thought really is I'll just grow this as long as possible, and eventually I'll be able to pull it back and it'll look okay, hopefully. It may not work, we never know with these things. Regardless, what I do every time I have a haircut, every 3 or 4 weeks, I just shave the sides and the back. You can probably see bits that you can't actually see anything, because when I move my head, I don't actually show you the back of my head. If I actually show you the back of the head, you can see that I've just got a little bit of a strip there. Let's see if you can actually see that. I don't know, because I can't actually see the camera when I'm looking that way. Anyway, regardless, that is what I'm doing with my hair, for anyone who's at all interested in my hair. Anyway, in terms of everything else, I've lost weight again this week. For the third week in a row, I've lost weight, basically. When I went to the doctor's surgery a couple of Tuesdays back, so not last Tuesday, the Tuesday before, I was 194.8 kilograms. When I went last Thursday, I was 194 kilograms, and now I'm 193.4 kilograms, which means that I've lost another 0.6 kilograms, which is just over a pound, about a pound and a bit, which is it's pretty good considering. I mean, I've worked out 3 times since last Thursday. I've not exactly been dieting as such, but I've put an effort in, and it's slowly starting to tell. I've also been taking these multivitamins, because I was told that what does that say? Adult. I'm glad that said adult. I thought it said child then for a second. Not child anymore. So yeah, I've been taking those because the surgery procedure requires that you're full up to date with your vitamins and all that sort of stuff, because of the fact that when you come through your surgery, the gastric bypass, because you won't be able to get as much minerals and vitamins through the food you eat, because you can't eat very much food, you can actually start to lose hair, and you can start to lose nail strength and all this sort of stuff. So obviously I want to make sure that I am doing one of day of these and being as healthy as possible when I go into the surgery, which still up in the air a little bit. I'm definitely going to get the surgery. I am almost 99.9999% sure that I'm going to get the surgery. There's always that niggling doubt that something will crop up. There's always that in my mind anyway. But it's not going to be until at least August August the 1st onwards, most likely, because I had got through my appointments for the hospital, for the bypass hospital place where I'm going to do all my group stuff, the group work that I need to do for this, basically support groups is what it is. So I'm prepared for the surgery and the after surgical stuff that will be happening. Those 6 appointments all take place between the 13th of March to the 31st of July. That's my last. So my first is in the 13th of March, and my last is the 31st of July, which is just over about 3.5 months. The total group stuff, which I think is pretty good. I was a little disappointed because obviously the physician told me I'll be getting the surgery before summer, and obviously August the 1st isn't before the summer. It's kind of pretty much towards the end of it. Anyway, that being said, I'm feeling pretty good. Obviously, I've worked out 3 times this week, 2 walks and a really good session yesterday in regards to stamina and flexibility and maneuverability training. It's like make sure that all my muscles and my tendons and ligaments and all that sort of stuff are working better, so I can obviously do more. That would be great, and push myself that little bit further, which is what I want. As you can see with me wearing this jumper, I'm not particularly flattering myself because I've cut the arms off, but what I've done is, this is my goal jumper. Now what I mean by that is this jumper fits pretty snug at the moment. It used to be a lot snugger, but it's now pretty snug because I haven't worn it for a while. So I put this on my I think it was last Friday's exercise, and I'm planning to wear this every time I exercise, and it'll be my judge of how well I'm losing weight, because the main issues I have is around obviously my chest area, around my belly area, and around my thighs. So for me to be able to judge how well I'm doing, because it's very difficult to see day to day how well I'm doing, this jumper is going to be the jumper that I'm going to wear pretty much the whole way through my sessions. So hopefully by the time I've had the surgery and I get the other side of the surgery and things start to fall off dramatically, which is going to happen, I will start to be able to see it physically, actually myself, rather than other people telling me as well, because obviously it's quite difficult when you live with your body every single second of every day. You don't notice the tiny changes, which is what I want, really, to be able to see that. That really is it on the health side front. This month I've been doing the no meals out, no takeaway diet sort of thing, because that's something that I really needed to get sorted. So far I've had no takeaways and no meals out this month from the 1st of January. It's now the 23rd of January, and this weekend is probably going to be the difficult one, because tomorrow night I'm going over to my sister's, and we normally have a takeaway on my sister's, and I don't plan to have one. I plan to cook my food here and take it with us. And then on Saturday there's also a possibility of going out for a meal. Now I don't want to be unsociable and not go, but I also want to not have the the sight of food coming out and people eating. So I'm going to go, but I'm literally going to cook myself something decent before I go and eat it before I go, so that I don't obviously have that horrible feeling of feeling hungry while everyone else is eating, because that's not fair on me. The only other alternative is just not to go, and I'd rather not be that unsociable, you know. I know my family will understand if I don't go, but I want to go because that's just the way it's going to be. I might be able to get a cheeky drink out of it, but we'll see what happens. I'm not really a drinker anyway. So that's the health front. Getting emails all over the shop and Facebook things. I've started to kind of not learning a language is difficult in itself because you need to have the right kind of mind for it. But learning a fictional language is even worse, and it seems you need to have a little bit more motivation when it comes to learning a fictional language, because not many people will speak it, and you will be kind of frowned upon when you say that you know that language. So I'm just going to say this: I've started to really think about learning Elvish as a language. I've started the alphabet already in terms of writing it, so I can write my name and other people's names. Some of you may have seen a tweet I put out a couple of hours ago regarding if people wanted their names in Elvish scribe, then just let me know. I can still do that for people if they want. It's going to be difficult though over YouTube, because obviously YouTube doesn't have a function where I can post a picture in the comments, but I could technically do a little video for the people who want their names scribed in Elvish, and just have a little kind of picture, video, and their name underneath it, and their name in Elvish written down. I will just say this: I've done a couple, 3 so far since I've been home, and I did quite a few when I was at work. I'll just show. I can't really see that, but basically that's the wrong way around, isn't it? I think. Is it? No, that's the right way around. What am I talking about? Top one is Hazel. The second one there is Stephanie Lee Lynn, and the one at the bottom is Laura Claricotes. I don't know how you pronounce your second name. Sorry, you're my cousin and everything, but I'm sorry I don't know how to pronounce your second name, because you should be a Brig still, as far as I'm concerned. No, I'm joking, of course. You'll probably never see this video anyway, so it don't really matter. Anyway, that's what I'm doing kind of outside of games and stuff. In terms of games and stuff, World of Tanks is still on the list. For some reason, it's still there. I've been playing a bit more Neo Scavenger. You may have seen a Twitch stream that I did a couple of days ago, which I really enjoyed. If you haven't seen me streaming before, please check the link in the description. That is my Twitch site where I go to stream. Please press the follow button, so if you want to watch me do streams, which are kind of very irregular at the moment, and I don't play the normal kind of popular games as it were, so if you're interested in, press the follow button, you'll get an email when I go live. Otherwise, that's it in terms of games. I've also been playing a little bit more of Skyrim, but that's not really stream worthy at the moment, because it's just me playing with Skyrim, and everyone's played Skyrim as far as I'm aware in the world. Like, I wonder how much percentage of population has actually played Skyrim. That's going to be quite interesting to know. Anyway, that's off topic. If you have any comments about anything I've said in this video, please let me know in the comments below. I do read them, and if they are reply worthy, then I will obviously reply. There we go. Thanks very much for watching, and goodbye, Sickles, and see you next time. Bye bye then.